check in with Adam Ferguson. Adam.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with the halftime update. The Sooner Athletic Conference standings in the men's basketball division. The top three teams have remained unchanged as MacU beat Southwestern Christian on Saturday night, and Wayland Baptist beat the University of Science and Arts in Oklahoma, and Oklahoma Baptist beat OKCU. But with the Lions' win on Saturday, they started receiving votes to be in the top 25 here in the in the NAIA. And just like the women, the only other game in the Sooner Athletic Conference tonight is the Texas Wesleyan Rams playing host to the Arlington Baptist College. Look for the Rams to pick up an easy win in this one as they play an out-of-conference opponent. We'll be back with some more halftime coverage, but first, back to you, Rob.
Thanks, Adam, for that Sooner update. It's a tight one. It's going to go down to the wire. We'll see how the Lions can fare in the second half of conference play. In a tough one here in a non-conference game, up 7. Like John said, though, it feels like none or one at least. And any adjustments you see Bostwick is going to make or did make in the halftime speech, as we like to say, that coaches give at halftime?
Yeah, I think coaches are always going to be not satisfied. Even if you go in up, you're not going to get any kind of satisfaction speech at halftime. That's just not the way it works. So, of course, he's going to come in screaming and yelling and, don't give up on this lead. And he knows that, and as you saw on the statistics, if this team shoots, if you do the math, if this team shoots as well as SAGU, not better than, but just as well, we're looking at about a 65 to 35 point ball game. That's a 20-point lead.
Wow.
So
you're right.
Fortunately, they haven't shot very well, and they have not converted. They left, we counted, over 14 points on the table of layups, Dallas Christian did, of layups off of fast break layups that they did not score on. So there's just very little between Dallas Christian blowing out the Lions. So I'm sure Coach Bostwick knows that there's a fine line they're walking on right here. And just because they're up 7, that lead could evaporate within the first minute of this ball game if these guys get hot.
What about on the other side, John, head coach Charles Williams? What did he tell his team on the road, down by 7? Shooting, if it's better, we're there. What kind of defensive adjustments are you going to make? Do you press more of these Lions? What do you do if you're Coach Williams at halftime?
Well, Coach Williams simply goes in and he gives them the old Pete Carroll, the old Russell Wilson. Just believe, guys. Just believe. This is a basketball game. If we play hard, if we do the things we know to do, come out there and play as hard as you can, good things will happen. And we'll let those things, work themselves out. So they're 4-0 in their conference. There's a little momentum there that they know they can win. They've also played non-conference schedule very tough.
I was going to say that. They probably played a real tough non-conf.
Their non-conference schedule is been against teams in classing, at least, in the divisions ahead of them.
Right.
So they come from they're not an NAIA team, and they are an NCC, National Christian College Athletic Association Division II. So they're kind of in a classing, below the Lions. But if you've been around and you've seen that doesn't mean a whole lot all the time. I'd say 50% of the time you can take it to the bank that team is not going to be able to beat you. And then the other 50%, you're going to run into guys like these that are working hard. And one of the things is that this is non-scholarship ball. So this is a scholarship team in SAGU Lions and a non-scholarship team in Dallas Christian College. And a lot of times you'll see the disparaging kind of talent levels because, most of the guys with talent, they're getting some kind of scholarship somewhere. There's many colleges out there that'll give you a scholarship.
So the difference really is sometimes lying with the head coach. At this level, you get a good coach, you can maximize all you can out of those non-scholarship players
Yep.
and eke out some tough wins.
Yep.
And so credit Coach Williams, not just tonight, and this whole season,
Yep.
for getting these guys ready to play.
I agree, and he's got these guys working hard. I am incredibly impressed with the activity that they produce.
Right.
They produce a frenzying pace, and 18 turnovers. They got 18 steals. Those are forced turnovers. That's not the unforced turnovers that SAGU made. They forced 18 turnovers.
Gentry gets things underway quickly at the elbow, wastes no time.
Just like
Extends
they
the lead
drew
to
it
9.
up.
Now here come the Crusaders with their first possession of half number 2. It's Uribe, Wrangler Uribe, rattles in and out. And they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Adoy as he jumped on top of Trey Lindsay.
More like tripped on top.
That's an easy call.
Yeah, but a little bit unfortunate because he just couldn't get
How
control.
about Walter with the steal? He may go coast to coast. Look out, folks. Body control, keeps his eye on the defender on the rim, lays it up and in. Lions up 11. The senior now with 9. He averages 14.5. Burnside, shadowed by Price, back over to Dawson, to Lindsay. Hearns in the corner to Lindsay, in trouble. Somehow gets it back to Dawson. 10 on the shot clock. Tough shot.
Oh, wow.
And Dawson gets it to fall.
They needed that bucket. That was a big bucket for them. A little bit unorthodox in the way it came about.
The whole possession was unorthodox.
Yeah.
It was kind of ugly, but it counted in the end.
And that's kind of the story.
And now a whistle. That's a frustration foul on Alexander. His pocket got picked.
I tell you what, man, these guys
Hearns.
are very, very quick defensively. That reminded me of a taller version of Dominic Rambo.
Look how low he was. Absolutely.
He was low. Dominic Rambo used to get, just sniff the paint on the floor, and he would pick your pocket, man.
Hearns now over to Dawson. Lions in a 2-3 defense, packing it in. Or at least it may be a loose man. I'll tell you what, the way those guys were lined up, it kind of was a mask man-to-man. You see Gentry about 15 feet away from if it is his guy, but that's kind of hard to tell because they were close to man, but they were really shifting as a zone.
Yeah.
Alexander across the timeline, Lions up 9. Gentry offers the pick. Rashad loosely
There Hearns goes again, man.
There he is.
He is so
Gentry,
quick. Oh, my God. Oh.
Skip step, and he gets
3
pinged,
seconds.
And he gets pinged in the eye, and add insult to injury. His eye is injured on that play as he goes into the lane with a little bit of authority as he pops and stops. But 3-second violation called against the Lions. Gives the ball back to DCC. Dawson into the paint. Tough shot off the glass, no good. And Walter comes out with it. On up ahead to Gentry. Over to Alexander. Thinks about the baseline. Thinks better of it. Back to Adoy. Give him space. He'll take a shot. Price.
Hearns
the ball on the ground. Hearns says, thank you very much.
There's no way he doesn't lead the nation in steals.
That is incredible. Hearns.
After tonight.
And Hearns is going to pick up Alexander again right beyond the timeline. Alexander whips right by him. Alexander over to Walter. In the paint. Floater, no good. Gentry. Back to Walter. Tough pass to Alexander. 28 in the shot clock. Plenty of time. Walter, he might take that. He does take the 3. A little short. Quite a few feet beyond the three-point line. Just a bit out of his range, at least on that bucket. How about this range, though? Way off the mark.
Yeah, a lot of ill-advised shots. Hearns back to
Well, I'm impressed with this Hearns kid.
He is amazing. So quick, and it doesn't even look like he's breathing hard. Are you kidding me?
Derek Hearns leads the team in assists and steals. Imagine that. 33 on the season, 47 assists for the senior, the sophomore. Check out the sophomore from Detroit, Michigan. Rashad will take the three from the corner. Too strong, high. Off the glass, it's Bogus with the rebound. Dawson, three, short. Walter clears it out up ahead to Alexander, to Gentry. He's got Feimster, takes it himself, throws up a tough shot, gets the whistle. He'll go to the line.
Good call.
Gave up a shot to pass to Feimster, took it himself, and met about 2 or 3 Crusaders. Here it is again. He had Feimster right there cutting through your screen there. Elected to keep it himself. He'll go to the line. And it's that one to fall, 47-39. 6 points now for Gentry.
The Lions should feel very fortunate that these Crusaders have been so inefficient with their shooting tonight. They just can't get it to fall.
Gentry 2 for 2 from the stripe on that trip. 16-16 remaining. Lions up 9. And a bad pass on up ahead now to Gentry. Creates contact, and that's a beautiful layup in it with the finger roll with the body protection. Looked like another Gentry who used to play for these Lions. Caleb.
Maybe even this Gentry has a little more finesse than the old one.
We missed the old one, but we'll take these 2 new ones. Jason making a deep impact in season number 1 as a Lion here for Coach Bostwick. It's Lindsay for 3. Poses as he buries a 3 from the corner. Trey Lindsay with the tray. He's got 9.
He was able to take his time and get a good look at that shot. And if they are able to feed any of that off of that, it's going to be.
And that's uncharacteristic. You see Adoy miss from the right side. Offensive board from Walter. Then he missed from the left side. Both were little chippy shots. Here it is again. Missed. Doesn't happen very often. Walter collects, goes up strong. He misses.
He gets the benefit of being a senior and knowing the referees.
Walter's first free throw is perfect. Love his form as well. And Erskine will check in for Adoy. Now you're seeing, we've not yet to see, I should say, the wholesale exchanges here. We saw it about this time in the first half, but now he's just kind of picking his spots as Bostwick, bringing in a guard for a big man in this case.
Yep. And you will see that probably the rest of this game. He's now bought his time in the first half, trying to save some gas, keep some gas in the tank, and now he's going to ask a lot of his starting players.
Burnside double teamed by Feimster, and Erskine gets it to fall. I'm really impressed with this kid, number 22, for the DCC Crusaders. This kid can play.
And he plays great defense as well.
And there's a 3 ball.
Gentry said, just get on my back, fellas.
55-44. Lions up 11. 14:40 remaining. It's Rango Uribe over to Lindsay. Burnside, he's quick, 6'5", tall. Oh, and it gets it to fall. Oh, baby, and 1. Burnside burns the Lions.
Big play. They had much needed play. Cuts it down to 9.
That's a big point.
Made free throw here will get them to 8.
Just hung in the air, and he's fired up. I'm fired up. I love to see good basketball, regardless of the jersey color. That's just a nice, strong move to the basket. Walter will take a seat, and Remington Mitchell will check into the game for Bostwick. So mark this moment. It was 55-44. And the three-point play was converted. Will that be a big momentum shift for the Crusaders, who just want to hang around? If they can keep it to within 5, 6, 7 with 2 minutes to play, they'll have a shot. Erskine takes a shot, and he drains a shot from the three ball in the corner. And a timeout on the floor. Not a timeout called by either coach, but the referee had to stop something for a moment right after the shot. The Crusaders couldn't get back in transition in a hurry. Gives the Lions a
that
chance
was
to
a
set up.
huge three by Erskine.
Kind of negates the big play by Burnside.
Travel.
Burnside can't believe it. He's asking why the travel on me. Rashad Alexander, shadowed by the Theftmeister. And Erskine another three. This time he chooses the other side of the court, and the crowd likes what they see in Erskine.
And they should. Those are two huge baskets. Huge baskets by Erskine.
Erskine's got 10. He's in double figures. Joins Jason Gentry, who's got 12 on the court, and now a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout.
I would dare say
Williams.
There's
the first one. Well, there's the second one, actually.
That was the first one.
That was the first one.
And the three-point shooting has got to be around 50% for the Lions.
And here's the second one. Just less than 30 seconds later, 6 quick points. 50% from three-point land. Lions, 21% for DCC.
I said 50%. That's a big number from three-point land. That is a big number. Efficiency, 3 points outweigh 2-point shots once you hit about the 30%
Once the
mark.
volume hits, that's exactly it's a math game. And Bostwick he never minds good looks from three-point land because the volume will eventually kick in. Tough shot there. That was over about 2 or 3 Lions. And that was Igben from Nigeria, the 6'9" freshman. Cuts the lead to 12. Erskine over to Alexander. High pick from Feemster, gets the ball back and a behind the back pass and looses the handle. Here comes Igben in transition, tipped away by Gentry, and Gentry's whistled for the reach in.
No, that was called a kick.
Oh, a kick. Check, that was a kick. Well, that'll save a foul anyway for Gentry. It will be possession for Crusaders.
And here's one of the fundamental things that you're not seeing from, and this is a little typical in non-scholarship ball. They just don't take care of the fundamentals quite as well. The raw talent is there, but they're missing good fundamentals, and they're not taking care of the ball,
right.
Not keeping the ball close to them, keeping it out where people can get their hands on it. And at this level, the Lions will prove positive. They will show you, don't leave that ball open, or we're going to snag it.
How about that move from Feemster?
Feemster working the low block.
With the mini hook, and now the theft from Rashad Alexander. He lays it up and in. 4 quick points for the Lions. And a timeout on the court.
And Alexander says, let me show you exactly how to do it. I'll steal it and convert.
And now the Crusaders will inbound the ball. Down 14. They were down by 7 at halftime. Lions have doubled that. Nearly a travel there. Burnside back over to Dawson. Igben inside to Burnside, and Mitchell with the reach. That is the Lions' 4th foul. Here's the theft again from Rashad. Lays it up and in to extend the lead to 14.
Great anticipation
Burnside,
by Alexander.
strong move to the basket. And Burnside
Burnside's acting like he
Fouled.
wants to put this team on his back and do
Right.
some things. And they're just the Lions are making it really tough for him to get it to really get it going.
Mitchell's
And that's the way
fourth.
you do it. You take out the key players, make it hard for them.
Mitchell picked up 2 quick ones. He's got 4. He's on the bench. And looks like 5 new players, yes, did check in for the Lions. So Bostic back to his old tricks again. And that was Walter trying to hit Adoy, a little slide pass in the paint. But Crusaders able to tip it away and actually went off of the Lions. Travis Martain. He's been stuck with 3 points for quite a while. Has 3 fouls. Picked up 2 early on. Been quiet since the first quarter. He just lights it up right there.
Beautiful
Once I
shot.
start talking, he starts scoring.
Uh-oh.
He's got 5. Josh Swearingen works on Martain. Martain nearly picked a pocket. Now it's 5-on-4. You got to take advantage of this moment. Swearingen blocked.
Oh, my.
On up ahead, it's Martain. He lays it up and in. Nice block by Derek Hearns on Swearingen. And now a whistle. It looks like they're going to whistle Martain on a foul away from the ball, John. And Martain, you see, he can't believe it. He's upset.
I'd like to see that because I didn't see what the contact was all about. It was away from the ball, and now he gets a technical. He couldn't let it go. And again, these are the kind of things that you will get between.
There it is right there. There's the push. There's the push, and he was asking for the foul to be called on Swearingen. Instead, it's number 4.
It was away from the
his,
ball.
That's his 5th foul. He's gone.
Yep, he's done.
He's gone. Travis Martain's finished with 7 points.
Yeah, he just put
5 fouls, and he's done.
Yeah, he just put on his bus pajamas.
I've never heard that one before.
Oh, that's when you foul out, man. What you do is you get comfy. You put on your bus pajamas and just kind of sit on the bench.
He's at least got his little sweatshirt on. He is not happy. Cannot help his Crusaders climb out of this 12-point deficit with 11:15 remaining. Lions got the ball. Walter looking for Adoy. Instead, skip pass over to Robertson. Elevates. Too strong. Offensive glass. Who else? Emmanuel Adoy delivers.
Adoy. Gotta love the trash can, the trash man.
The trash can. The trash man. The trash collector delivers on Monday night, and now just at that on the other end, it is Yahashua Walls gets Walter underneath the paint to commit the foul with a bucket and a free throw to follow. It's Walter's 4th foul, the 6th foul on the Lions.
If Dallas Christian could find one legitimate, real scorer, real shooter to put out there and become a go-to guy in these situations, man, they would be dangerous.
It could be Burnside if he develops his outside game more. He's the best candidate.
Well, I do like the physical stature. I like his speed. I like his gritty play. He's going to have to work
for
hard.
3. Takes a 3, drains the 3.
My.
Emmanuel Adoy, 5 quick points. Extends the lead to 14. For a big man, he's got a sweet release, John. Robertson giving Walls all he can handle. And now it's Burnside. Tough shot. Doesn't get the fall, but he does get the whistle. And it stops the clock with 10:14 remaining. Down 14. You're early, but you don't mind that clock stopping if you're the Crusaders. And that foul's going to be on Feimster.
Real inefficient body movement, doing a little too much with the ball. He could have kept that in close, then right at the last minute release with his left hand. Keep that ball close to you so you don't have to work as hard. Getting all erratic in your move is going to decrease your shot percentage.
Right. He's getting too cute with the ball.
Yeah,
that comes down to fundamentals, like you said a few
right.
moments ago.
It's too much like street ball at that point.
Right.
And
Right.
you know, fundamentals, as you are seeing right now, is 12-point lead. Fundamentals will win this game for the Lions. They're just executing the fundamentals much better. And I rarely see ever where talent will outweigh a good fundamental team that knows how to play basketball. Because now that the frenzy is kind of over and it's old hat, they've learned how to create and stay with the pace and play inside the pace of the lines I'm speaking of. Now they're able to relax in their shot. And, man, we're seeing 55, 56% from three-point land.
Three-point land.
And you can't beat a team that's shooting 56% from the three-point land. And then, and most likely, their field goal percentage is, close to 60. So those fundamentals pay off, and that's why you work on them in practice.
10-14 remaining. 72-60, the scoreboard in the Schaefer Center shows us. Still plenty of time for the Crusaders. They need some stops and really more of those turnovers like they had in the first half. Ball pressure. They see it right here, the full court press. As it's Hearns on Alexander. Now over inside to Marcus. Skip pass over to Alexander. Gentry looking inside. Entry pass to Adoy. Nice pass. Big man to big man. I love it. Adoy to Price. 74-60. The big man assisting the other guy in the court. Love that play inside. Now here comes, oh, that was a flat looking shot. That was Ickman.
Yeah, and you've got to be able to convert those layups. They're wide open. You've got to get in your head and get the confidence. If they could switch around and not lose anything on defense, but put that defensive tenacity into executing on the offense.
Right.
Man, these guys would be dangerous. I mean, they would be dangerous to any team. They have out-hustled the Lions hands down tonight. They have pushed the Lions to their limit as far as what they can handle. They can't put the ball in the basket.
And here's a foul way outside the three-point line committed by Hearns on Alexander. Both these guys from the North Midwest, Chicago, Alexander, Detroit for Hearns, playing their ball in Texas in college. Adoy just hit a three. Gives it to Erskine. He's got 2 threes already in the night. Over to Alexander. Spots up Feemster. Way downtown. Boom, baby! Feemster on fire!
And so
we saw the next zip code.
We saw Donnie Boswick figure this out with about 5-6 minutes left in the first half. That, wait a minute, let's break these guys down in a half-court offense. Let's get them out of their frantic, freakishly chaotic way and make them play fundamental defense. And they just don't do that as well. If they could create the chaos, then they can put you back on the ropes. But,
Erskine with a nice rebound.
Great coaching move by Bostwick to recognize that and get this game slowed down on their end.
Feemster over to Erskine. Another three from the corner.
Why not? Is on fire.
Drew Erskine with 13.
I would pick Drew Erskine right now on my NBA Jams team if I had a PlayStation. The little fire
I would not.
Icon would be right on top of his head.
Burnside up against Marcus. Turns, spins, double team, tough shot. 3 Lions, no Crusaders in the paint on that rebound. And now the Lions looking to push this beyond the 20-point lead mark, up 19 all of a sudden. And this game getting out of hand in a hurry for the Crusaders. Price. Back over to Feimster from 3. Burnside rips it out of the air. On up ahead to Igben.
Well, it's good to see that the Lions are actually human.
And that one's out of bounds.
They were starting to reach a level of immortality from the 3-point line.
And that's off of Adoy's hand. And Gentry will check back in for Alexander. Igben takes a seat in the bench, and Yvonne Rangel-Uribe checks in for the Crusaders. Burnside from way downtown, flat, tired legs, on up ahead, but Uribe steals the long pass, and then Feimster up ahead, flips it behind, hoping Gentry would be there. Instead, it's Uribe. Hearns. Oh! Feimster's telling Hearns, shoot it. He's giving you the shot. He could read his lips. There's some little trash talk going on the court. Looking him right in the eye and say, shoot it. Right there before that interchange, you could see Feimster just jawing at Hearns.
Well, you gotta have a little bit of psychological game when you're slower. And
tough shot from Price. Oh, nice move. A Dirk Nowitzki fadeaway jumper. A mid-range jumper from Price.
In reality, you do want him to shoot that. He's 25 feet away from the basket and is shooting 2% for the night.
Egging him on. Meanwhile, Price at the other end delivers. Now a whistle and a travel called against Trey Lindsay. How about the move from Price? Loving that mid-range game.
He's got a very sweet, smooth mid-range jumper.
Gentry over to Feimster, looking inside to Adoy. Back out to Gentry. Gotta like the ball movement. Inside. Squirms through. Shot off the mark. Cleared out by the Crusaders. 6:30 and change remaining. Here comes a shot from Uribe. No good. Feimster tips it over to Adoy. Looks ahead. Keeps it himself. Will he go coast to coast?
I doubt it. Not if he wants to continue to play.
He gives it up right there. Price.
Get it to him.
Getting position. Give the big man the ball. Feed the beast. And a whistle called against Burnside. Just his second will send Price back to the line. Love how he kind of steps into his man, keeps the ball protected, gaining position, getting inside, every inch counts, and turns and shoots and fires. Love that move. Love the foot control. It's all right here in the feet for those big men. That's where the talent starts. Look at that rebound advantage, John. 39-23 in favor of Lions. A lot of those in the second half as well.
Wow. That is a major difference.
Price has 6 points. Looking for point number 7. Got it. 83-61 in this game.
Well, Dallas
all
Christian,
but over.
They have not had the opportunity to defensively rebound the ball. So the only rebounds they could be getting would be offensively, which would be a lot because they're not making any, and SAGU's making a lot. So
And here's a steal from Adoy. He may go coast to coast on this one. Oh, a nice dish to Gentry. Adoy picks up the trash, and then, oh my, I think it's Feimster and finished up with that one.
Yep.
Wow.
Everyone staying home, just keeping it alive.
Feimster to
add a couple rebounds to that total.
Gentry missed. Adoy missed. Feimster cleans it up. Lions up 85-61. The Lions on a 13-1 run the last 5 minutes of play, John. And they've blown this wide open.
And that's where you see where having a deep bench usually comes into plays. But at the 8-minute mark is always a key time in the game for a team that has a deep bench. Because if the other side doesn't have that deep bench, they hit a brick wall right around that 8-minute mark. It's very rare it doesn't happen that way. So one thing, if you watch the Louisville Cardinals, they have maybe the stoutest starting five in basketball, but we're seeing them get beat in the late minutes of the game because they're just so tired.
Right. That's how Duke beat him a few days ago.
Yeah, North Carolina, UNC Tar Heels beat them. And just the other night, someone else beat them from the SEC conference, which was a little strange to see because that's got to be one of the hottest starting five there is in basketball. But Patino doesn't go very deep this year.
They've got a big man from Louisville who's just scary good.
Oh, he's
a shot blocker extraordinaire. He could play
he's a
in the
pro
NBA tomorrow morning.
Yeah, he's a pro in college right now.
Absolutely. He's a man among boys. I saw him dismantled by Indiana Hoosiers about a month ago. It wasn't even a ball game.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. And that's only 4 losses on the Hoosiers all year long, and one was an embarrassing loss to Louisville. And that big man, Louisville will be around. They will be a Final 8, at least, maybe Final 4 team when it's all said and done. But like you said,
you got Patino coaching you.
Meanwhile, in this game, Gentry, tough shot, and whistle for a travel.
Got travel.
Under 5 to play. There's the travel right there.
Well, Dallas Christian's not going away. They're still playing hard, still playing frantic. They need something good to happen on the offensive side for them.
Lindsey's been quiet. Dishes it over to Rangel Uribe into the free throw line, extended over now to Bogus. Tough shot by Bogus, and
foul.
Feimster with the body will send Darius to the line. Darius has 3. He's got 4 fouls. And here come 4 players. It'll be Tyler and Micah Gentry, Remington Mitchell, and Josh Swearingen will check in. And in fact, we're going to see also Clayton O'Neal check into the game. So 5 players in for the Lions.
Bostwick not scared to go really deep into that bench of 17 players.
We've not seen, I don't think we've seen Adam Martinez yet, but that may be it. I think everyone else has got some playing time tonight, John.
That's true.
And here's a steal up ahead, and it's Uribe, lays it up in with the left hand. Nice touch from Rangel Uribe. Clayton gets it into Guidry. Under 4, Lions up 21. Comfortable lead. As Guidry sets up shop, gets it over to Mitchell. He's got Mike in the corner for 3. That was just butter. Bostwick calls him the best pure shooter on the team, and he shows right there why, as he comes right off the bench and lights it up. Kind of a slow release, but boy, it's deadly.
Yeah, he's very accurate. Very accurate. We see Martinez coming in. And the big mountain.
Dion Rogers back in.
Dion Rogers. And the elusive one, Speedy Gonzalez.
Ramad Robertson.
Basketball, Ramad Robertson.
And Jarrell Chumley will check in for Derek Hearns as both teams empty their benches. And senior Clayton O'Neal from Hallettsville, Texas. Ball over to Micah. And tough shot there from Micah. On up ahead to Chumley, who just checked into the game, and he's fouled.
I believe Adam Martinez is right. He's calling for a travel.
He's asking for a travel.
There were quite a few steps in that whole sequence.
Take a look again here. One, two, three. Oh my gosh. Okay, Adam says, all right.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well,
we're up by 21. Is what it is. Josh Swearingen check backs in for Ramad Robertson. I'd like to see Adam and O'Neal get on the board here. Martinez and O'Neal get on the board.
Absolutely, that'd
3:10
be
remaining.
great.
It'd be kind of fun to see.
But you know what? I would also like to see, as long as the Lions win, I'd love to see a game
Oh,
where
how about the move from
Deion Rogers.
Get out of my way. I'm coming to town. Deion Rogers rumbles down the court with a pair, and Swearingen with the steal. Finds looking for Micah. Instead, it lands in Dawson's hands for 3. No good. Weak side rebound. Lindsay misses that one. Bogus, tough shot. Wow. Off the glass, in all kinds of trouble. Gets it to fall. Lead at 20. 2:30 remaining. Martinez crosses the timeline. So, a flurry of activity here in the final few minutes as Rogers is fouled by Rangel Uribe. I don't think he saw Uribe coming around the right side.
Well,
you always want to go up, not down. If you can try to pin the ball, if you want to tap it up. Don't try to tap it down. They'll call the hack every time. And Robertson will check back in for Swearingen. They've been going back and forth every 30 seconds, checking into the game for each other. Meanwhile, Deion Rogers, his first trip to the line tonight. He's got a bucket, just scored. Looking for a free throw. And doesn't get it to fall. Micah almost came down with that one. Here come the Crusaders from 17.
oh,
And that hit about 5 different spots of the rim before it went down. Shooter's touch for Bogus. Martinez now gets it over to Micah. Martinez can shoot the ball. Robertson over to O'Neal. He's hit some big shots in some bench time in the second halves before for these Lions. There's one right there.
O'Neal.
That one's off. Rogers just picks it up out of the air, and he's fouled going back up. He'll go back to the line.
Deion Rogers.
The transfer from Northwood University last year when Northwood basketball team basically folded. Deion said, "Can I come play for you, Bostwick?" He said, "Absolutely. All 6'8", 280 pounds of you. Come on, we'll take you." Hails from Fort Worth, Texas, just a sophomore. So he'll be around a few years, hopefully.
Yes, he will. He will be around.
Emphasis on round.
Actually, I think
He's tall, too.
for a big guy, he's tall and he's thick. He can actually get up and down the court as good. He should be blocking for the Green Bay Packers is all I'm saying. But he can run for a big man. I'm thoroughly impressed with him. And I think as he gets his speed up a little bit, he'll get a little more clock because he could be very valuable.
Just having a good time. I like a guy with a smile on his face, playing a game that I wish I could still play. I'm too old and I got a bum knee, and you think you can still play, but we know these guys can play. And that shot is off the mark. Robertson on up ahead to Martinez, and he's bumped
by God's power.
by God. You could have so much fun with that name. God's Power Igben.
And as a play-by-play commentator, I'm
surprised
you haven't.
I've been soft on it. I've been easy on it. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want lightning bolts to hit me.
What? Oh, my goodness.
And now Rogers will take a seat, and 100 pounds less checks in.
I'll tell you something. If you just look at the roster of names, you tremble in fear. Because between God's Power, Jarrell, Jehoshaphat, I mean, there's so many biblical names and comic book God names that it's just scary.
And we didn't see Turundus Luckett tonight, but that's not
Turundus Luckett.
An amazing name. Turundus.
I mean, that's scary.
Michael, got the angel Michael on the Crusaders. I mean, this team is dialed in. Robertson takes a seat. Minute 14 remaining. Your score 92-72. Lions up ahead. They'll notch win number 13 on the season. Be back in Sooner Athletic Conference action here in a few days against Oklahoma City Stars on the road. A nice win for these Crusaders, and there's a tangle near midcourt.
Nice win for the Crusaders.
Did I say Crusaders? I meant Lions.
Yeah, yeah. But I tell you what, I am so impressed with Hearn.
Yeah. Oh, he's a good player. He's
His effort
quick.
is just unprecedented. It's hard. It's really hard to find a guy that will commit to so many minutes of hard play. He's a guy. He's a kid that just loves the game. You can tell he loves the game. I'm sure he wish
that tough shot.
more would have
He
fallen
ran
for him
into
like
Rogers and still got a shot off on that one. Got it to fall. We might see that again. Look at this move from Derek Hearns, and he just stopped on a dime as he literally bounced off of Rogers, elevated, got the ball to fall. Here it is again as he got past Robertson. Hello, toss it up. Rogers held his ground. Nothing he could do about that. Just hats off to
Well, he was
number
going to
30.
stop. Whether he stopped on the dime or I think Rogers might have been the dime. He was going to stop.
Hung in the air just long enough before his feet landed. Got the shot off high over Rogers, who just was standing there with his hands up. Got the nice touch off the glass. And second one misses. Loose ball. Will keep it right here off of Dallas Christian. 42.2 remaining. Lions 93-74. Getting close to 100. Do we have the Taco Bell free tacos this year, John?
You know what? The
they score
giveaways
100?
have been kind of dead so far. I'm not sure where they stand, but
I don't see the Wild Wings threes on there. There it is. We still see it. 100-point shootout.
Well, we still see the B-Dubs Wild Wings things up there, but surely we would have hit that many tonight.
Oh, yeah. Someone's not, either we don't have it up and running or someone's not flipping the buttons over, the sheets over.
Somebody may need to send a little note over to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Martinez is 2 for 2 to fall, and the Lions have 95. They may just get 100. I've seen Clayton O'Neill 2 years ago with about 5 seconds left hit a bucket that put the Lions over 100 and sent this crowd into a Taco Bell frenzy.
I think sent you into a Taco Bell.
I was in a frenzy.
I wish I had the replay on your call of tacos, tacos, tacos.
That was a fun night.
That was a fun night.
I
would have to
well
admit.
fed.
You and Tim, that was a wonderful night. That was
part of a magical season that year.
It was.
With Rambo and Gentry leading us to the NIA national title game.
In the NAIA, I'm not sure. We're not in the NIA.
Did I say?
We're in the NAIA, though.
Okay, let's try that. The NAIA. 2013. In fact, we have a banner to commemorate that in our Schaefer Center gym. The men's basketball runner-up Division I hangs proudly here in the Schaefer Center. A great season 2 years ago. Meanwhile, Robertson spots up Clayton. There it is for three. Oh, too hard off the back of the rim.
You almost called it. You almost called it.
And here is Hearn now. Pass underneath to Lindsay. 1.3 and the shot, the time will expire. And there's your final, 95-76. A convincing win as the Lions pulled away with about 14 minutes left.
I was kind of hoping, secretly down here that the women would have outscored the men tonight. It's a rare opportunity, but they had 95. An opportunity.
They both had 95. You're right.
Oh, I thought the women actually had 94.
95-54 win for the
there you go.
women, and 95-76 win for the men.
Yeah.
They'll improve to 13-5 as you see both teams. Here's a couple of highlights first. Well, look at that play from Swearingen. Then it was a still great play tonight from this man, Hearns. Lindsay got in on the action. He played well for the Crusaders. But how about those Lions on up ahead? Nice pass in transition to Alexander from Gentry. And it was that kind of play in the second half. And there's a steal from Price over to Walter. Walter finished with, I think, about 10, 12 points. And elevating high for a big three was Robertson early in the second half. And there's a player you're really impressed with, 30, as he missed, but the follow-up from Dawson. Dawson with another 3. You like this team. DCC is a good ball club. You can see the highlights here.
I do like this team. If they can work out some of their scoring issues, they're going to be tough to contend with, and I'm sure they're going to be a top team in the NCCAA Division II bracket come the end of the year. Keep your eye on these guys. I'm sure they're going to do some damage in that league.
Well, I know Coach Bostwick is happy for this win, and I think we're ready to check in with Adam Ferguson, who is standing by with winning head coach tonight, Donnie Bostwick. Adam?
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with head coach Donnie Bostwick. Now, Coach, that's a big win. You guys have won 3 in a row. What do you have to do now that you start getting back into the thick of conference play here in the upcoming weeks?
One at a time. It's just one game at a time. Everything's on Oklahoma City now. Give a lot of credit to Dallas Christian. I knew they were going to play hard. They always do. You know, we didn't come out with the fire in our belly. You know, probably underestimating them a little bit. That's to their credit the way they played. And it was good to you know, battle through and get that W. I think my guys would rather do that than play practice today. So, you know, right now we got to focus on Oklahoma City. 2 road games this week, so that's a big challenge. So we're headed that way. See what we can do.
Big win. Good luck in Oklahoma, Coach. Back to you, Rob.
Thanks, Coach Bostwick. Thanks, Adam. Next broadcast here in the SAGU Sports Network will be Thursday, January 29th at 6 p.m. start for the ladies, 8 p.m. for the guys as they host Texas Wesleyan University, a local rivalry.
Man, you know that's going to be a barn burner.
And they are also in town for the annual Coaches versus Cancer Day, so be sure to either come by the Schaefer Center or make sure you check in with our broadcast for that very important game. Always a memorable night when we have the Coaches versus Cancer game as you see the rest of the SAGU schedule coming up. You can catch all the action for the men's and women's teams right here in the SAGU Sports Network. Any final thoughts here before we say goodbye? 2 95-point outbursts by Lady Lions and Lions tonight.
Well, it's always good when you can leave the night and go to bed with 2 wins under your belt. That means that your program is experiencing some success, and both of these teams are. They're successful program here, and especially over the last 3 years. And it's good to see them still stay in form and collect another set of wins.
Well, from our broadcast partner, John Cookman, my courtside reporter, Adam Ferguson, and our amazing student crew, this is Rob Price saying so long from the Schaefer Center. Your final score for the men tonight, 95-76. Women win 95-54. This has been a presentation of the SAGU Sports Network. And as always, till next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace.